Getting fucked and put to the side like a mistress. Police patrol the rob because prison became a business. They murder one of ours and they start talking about forgiveness. We think that it's alright because we got public assistance. If this ain't hell, dog, what is this? Where was all lives mattered when they killed Osama? There was no peace talk like the Dalai Lama. Bush dropping bombs saying he gon' bring the drama. They got justice, man, they even caught the Boston bomber. But when we ride, they send the military in armor. When we fight oppression, then our people die martyr. You reap what you sow, some people call it karma. When Christ return, y'all gon' get this harvest like a farmer. Don't tell me don't bring up the past no more. They still trying to settle the score with a side of Shakur. I changed my life and I'm just trying to live life right. But at night I look behind me and see flashing lights patting me down. You got nothing that's poking me right. I don't smoke or push pills, I gave up my vice. So Mr. Officer, why you wanna take my life? And your honor, why you gave a homeboy's life? I've been wondering why you shot a homeboy twice.
Facebook up.
With a gun screaming out that he got a knife.
Facebook.
He came from Habibi's spot, it was chicken and rice. Shit's trife, I'm just giving visuals like Skype. Ask Trayvon, Mike Brown, a Hot Girlie, Eric Garner, Sean Bell, Philando, Olden, Sterling, Jaquan McDonald. The white man is so devilish. Ask Hammurabi, he'll tell you who the devil is. The white man is so devilish. Ask Hammurabi, he'll tell you who the devil is. I ain't have to die to meet the devil. Angels fell and landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils. And we seen the rise of the devil. We fell for the lies of the devil. When we got high was the devil. I looked into the eyes of the devil. I ain't have to die to meet the devil. I ain't have to die to meet the devil. Angels fell and landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils. And we seen the rise to the devil. I pray for the demise of the devil. Lord knows I despise every devil. I looked into the eyes of the devil and said, I pray you die every devil.
If you know of somebody that's blind, they're deaf, they're crippled, they have an incurable condition, or maybe they're missing an arm or a leg or a bodily part, I want you to encourage them. Please encourage them to come to our miracle services. They take place the first Saturday of each month at 6 p.m. and then they continue at Sunday morning at 10 a.m. It'll take place right here at Agape Church in Wentzville, Missouri. The address is 140 North Point Prairie in Wentzville, Missouri. And our phone number is 636-327-5632. All that information is on the screen. Or you can go to melbond.com. The Bible says in Mark 9:23, Jesus said this, all things are possible to them that believe. As I study the original language of the Bible, that I find there are well over 100 verses in the New Testament where God clearly tells us that those people that are missing bodily parts, that he wants them to have a recreation for those bodily parts to be recreated. And a good example is in Matthew in chapter 15. The great multitude followed Jesus, and the Bible clearly says, all those, it says all of them that were blind, all that were deaf, those that were crippled, had incurable conditions, the Bible says Jesus healed those. Then he went on to say, and the maimed were made whole, using a totally different word. That word whole in the original language, in the Greek, in that verse, it's only used for a recreation. And so that word is used well over 100 times in the New Testament. And so the maimed, those missing bodily parts, that they were recreated. I want you to know.
So you go to his church.
13:8 is
He gonna make the arm you got amputated grow
I
back.
want you to know also, we're making a fool out of the devil. People are being blessed. God's being glorified. I'm looking forward to seeing you at our miracle services.
Oh my God.
take a second, we reflecting with the light, but this the life, I fucking love it. Wouldn't trade it to be right now, that's alright. I got the right, it burnt the devil's redefining work. No, I don't break a fold, I need and bake the dough and recreate the flow. They think they making though, what they forsake is so essential. Fundamentals get your issue, guess who's on this instrumental with you? Damn, if we was family, view unread and call it spam. I'm not a fan of Antichrist, they slayed the man, I swayed the Tim. Like here I am, a son of Sam is taking shots at David Purple with pushing. A different discipline existed in this New York state of mind. They say it's not, no, not the actor, but the year he's effort. Not one thing in mind to grind until this gavel turned his words to mirth from Babel. Since 69, I follow protocol. This kingdom built on guy bones, so I can't love Esau, and I can't fuck with y'all. I ain't gotta say it twice, vouching for the enemy, but look, my father ain't have a father, cause I hope I'm anti-politics, cause Christ died from a fall. How the richest nation locked the homeless up for being cold. How ironic that a baby smoking weed to get the stone. You trim your ways and seek that love. I'ma bring this sword back wet with a vesture dipped in blood. Niggas giving up when they don't even give enough. Going nowhere fast, niggas always in a rush. I give them love cause my brother's lost. Christians eating while state brothers starve. No way I can serve another God. I give my love cause my brother's lost. Christians eating while state brothers starve. I can't serve another God.
If you're inspired to advance your career, we invite you to learn online at Purdue University Global. Earn an associate's degree, RN to BSN degree, master's degree, doctoral degree, or postgraduate certificate. All offer the online flexibility you need for a healthy work-life balance with one-on-one support before and after graduation. Purdue Global has ways to help you earn your degree faster, too. Learn more from an advisor today.
Come the thing them call a broken heart. This blessed love will never part. They don't know it from the start. I tell them say I'm done.
Alright, Shalom Israel with the ISUPK started out of 1 West 125th Street in Harlem, New York under Commanding General Yohana. Y'all know where we at. Y'all know what it do. Yeah, I'm Captain DeGaulle Gabar. We're gonna get started. First, we're gonna start with the questions. If anybody got any questions on online, type them in. Be patient with us. You know what I'm saying? We'll try to answer your questions. You got the link up for the Facebook, just in case they put the question in there.
Come.
And then we got the call-in line open. The number is 712-832-8330. And the PIN access code is 825-1636. And that's for any questions that you may have. Take your phone off of mute. You have to first unmute the system and push *6. Then you get your phone and you say, Salaki, or excuse me, and then you ask your question. All right, so we're gonna start with questions. I know you had some.
I got one.
Go ahead. Now, get the brother on mic.
Come on,
Brother
sure.
Mike in the stand. Yeah, you say, yeah. The season goes men and women on this side.
Gotcha.
Our brothers on this side, sisters on this side. Nice and loud into the mic, brother. Get your question.
Yeah, thanks for taking time to answer. My name's Chris. I've been doing a lot of research into the foundations of three Abrahamic religions, right? And I looked at the King James Version. It's got 66 books. The Ethiopian version has 88 books. And then I looked at who made the translation for the King James Bible. King James was, everybody's got different feelings about it, but he was known as Queen James. This is his
known as who?
Queen James.
Queen James?
He liked. I'm not taking
got you.
trying to say anything about anybody, but this is.
I mean, I know what's out there. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
That's not true.
Oh, it's not true.
No, not
Is that-
King James that
That
who
paid for the translation.
translated. Yeah, no, he wasn't homosexual.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? I
Okay.
brought that out in one of my lectures. Which one
Oh,
was it?
cool. Well,
Uh,
great. Now that's cleared up.
The lecture where it says the Christian church is the house of whores and homosexuals. I brought that out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He actually was King James was actually against homosexuality.
You're right.
You know
That's what he wrote.
Yeah,
Right.
but they got a matter of fact we got the book in there. It's over in the locker. Okay, we got the book, the Queen James version. It's the gays. You know what I'm saying? It's just they took the scriptures out where it was pertaining to how God was against homosexuality. That's all. They just made something comfortable for them. You know what I'm saying? So when they read in the
That's
Bible,
what they do every time they translate.
Right.
They change the words. English is so easy to deceive people
Right.
with.
Right.
I'm sure you guys know about that too.
Right, but the King James,
Why
that-
why use that one though?
huh?
The Ethiopian Bible has 88 books.
Yeah, it does.
They have the oldest copy of the Bible.
That-
Why
that's-
wouldn't we just
That's what they claim.
look? If we know about the Negro Bible, how white people try to hide stuff from us before because they translated it in a way to make us subservient. So, looking at my birth,
Wait, say it again. Say it again.
like you know about the Negro Bible.
You said that right.
Yeah,
But
they,
you said
they
they-
take out like all these different bits and pieces to make
Mhm.
us subservient. Take out the story of the slaves fleeing at Egypt, you know, because that might inspire them.
Mhm.
We know that they've done that before. I look at the King James Version, I see black people in Africa, like, studying an older version
Mhm.
with books that white people took out
That's what
in the
you-
Council
yeah,
of Nicaea.
the Lord said.
Why would I not think that there's more subversion on their part?
Mhm. Okay, so let me help you out. On the I got an article that we read pull
Yeah.
whenever this topic comes up. The Ethiopian Bible, the same way. Okay, think of the way that they came up with the slave Bible to do what? To control the slaves, right? To make the slaves think and believe that hey, this is what God wants you to be, nothing more than slaves. Pick my cotton, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do that. So when you get to the Ethiopian Bible was written, and they wrote that for them because they believe that there's an African tribe that is actually God's chosen people. The same way the so-called white man. Now, in the King James, he didn't. Okay, Christianity is not found in the Bible.
Right.
Right. So what the white man took and did was he made us believe that what God was saying in the Bible, where he said,
Right.
slave, do this, do that, and all of this. He made us believe that he is God's chosen people, right?
Right.
The Ethiopians did, kind of like the same thing.
I don't think the Ethiopians wrote those 12 books. There's like the Book of Enoch, the Book of John. The Book of Enoch is quoted in 1 John, for instance.
The book of Enoch is garbage as well as that.
The Book of Giants,
Uh,
Maccabees. all these are just trash?
The book of Maccabees. Okay, now in
I
the
don't know enough
Apocrypha,
about them to like judge them.
in the Apocrypha now.
Yeah, that's part
Okay,
of
so
it.
it's several different things that you're saying, right? The Maccabees is inside of the Apocrypha,
Right.
right? This is legit. This actually, we got the 1611, the original King James Bible right here sitting up on the podium.
Hmm.
It has this in the middle of it.
Some of those are in the same.
This, huh?
Some of those books are in the Ethiopian Bible.
Some of these books are in the,
Right.
right. See, this is what I'm saying. They pick through a lot of things. This has the first and second Ezra's in it, Tobit, Judah, Esther, the Wisdom of Solomon,
Right,
Ecclesiasticus, Baruch, the Song of the Three Holy Children, the History of Susanna, Baal and the Dragon, the Prayer of Manasseh, and the first and second Maccabees.
Mhm.
Right. So that's inside of the Apocrypha, which it sits in the middle of the Old Testament and the New Testament. Right. So that's fine. The Maccabees is actually part of our book. That's our work, right?
But these other ones aren't.
Those are our records. But when you go through the Ethiopian Bible, you understand?
Right.
They are claiming those Ethiopians. They are Hamites, right?
Okay.
And they are not God's chosen people. But that's what they are claiming. And I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you what the Bible says about the Ethiopians,
Okay.
right? And then that'll kind of help clear your mind about the Ethiopian Bible and all of these origins.
More so the books that were included in, like, what is it with the Nag Hammurabi? I know I'm saying that wrong.
Hammurabi.
Yeah, same thing as you find these books that are in the Ethiopian Bible, in those, which are the oldest copies of the Bible that we have.
Yeah,
Why wouldn't we assume that they weren't included in the
Yeah.
Bible and have stopped us from getting them?
I got you. But yeah, but those are African records. You understand?
Where do you have older records than that?
Huh?
And I'm not trying to be contentious. I'm really just
No,
trying to
you
learn.
good. You good. You can ask any questions. You fine. You fine.
If the oldest copies we have are from, where do you get older copies of that?
Okay, look up the year when they so-called found the oldest Bible, the Ethiopian Bible,
That's
right?
400 BC.
400 BC, right?
Yeah. hold on.
Oh, okay. Now they claim to have that book there, right?
Yeah, I forgot the name of the language it's in, but
Right.
yeah, it's a
Okay,
good
so-
language.
So you know the Bible is about 6,000 years of records, correct?
Sure.
It's about
Yeah,
6,000.
yeah, okay, yeah.
So that's still in that time frame. They could have taken it along the way, right? It's not older than.
Right. The oldest copy we have is absolutely not the oldest copy
Right.
ever. Right.
Right. Right. So where we get the Bible from? We get the Bible from scrolls, right?
Right.
It was found, buried, in caves, you know, and
The Dead Sea
what's it,
Scrolls, and
Hammurabi?
Hammurabi Scrolls.
yeah.
Right.
Right. Okay, so that's where we turn around and get the Bible from. What's left in this book here, right? In the King James version, the Old Testament, the Apocrypha, and the New Testament. That's what the Lord wanted in this book right here. To have more books. Now, I'm sure there was other writings. No doubt about it. I'm
Mhm.
sure. I know this is not the only thing that the prophets wrote,
Right.
right? But you know, with some things that have been destroyed,
Absolutely.
scrolls
Mm-hmm.
that they could not translate. See what I'm saying? But we still have this complete book, right? And this is what the Lord wanted for us to go off of, what's inside of her. All three of those. That Ethiopian Bible, I'm going to show you what the Lord said about the Ethiopians. Go ahead.
Could the Lord have used the Ethiopians to preserve?
Say it again.
Could the Lord have used the Ethiopians to preserve parts of our culture that were denied to us because of colonization?
You said who preserved what?
Could the Lord have used Ethiopians to preserve books that white people have kept from us? In the same way that they have extracted.
Right, I got you, but no. No,
No?
we didn't. No.
How do you know?
Listen, we're going to read it. Go ahead and read that, brother.
Counter sir. Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 12. Ye Ethiopians also.
Sorry. You Ethiopians, right? That's what we address. Talking about the Ethiopian Bible, right? I'm gonna send you that article real quick. So, matter of fact, no, I'll just pull it up.
Counter
Go
sir.
ahead.
Ye Ethiopians also, Ye shall be slain by my
You
sword.
should do what?
Slain by my
You
sword.
shall be slain by his sword. The Lord said he's going to kill them Ethiopians. You understand? So why is he going to turn around and use them to preserve the book, but then he said he's going to kill them? That's because they did their own thing. And this article should tell it. It's in like the, let me find it. Hold on one second. This is Ethiopian Bible. This is a question. This is the title. It says, why the Ethiopian Bible is considered a complete Bible beyond 66 books known to many, right?
Right.
Okay, so then I'll read the first paragraph. It says, the Bible has an interesting approach to life and the afterlife that has made it a subject of discussion in every church and in every part of the world for thousands of years. This has been the case since the book first arrived and was received all over the world. But while this book is accepted, some scholars and historians have claimed that there is more to this book, and to find out the missing ideas and subjects. Hold on. Just disappeared. Hold on. Hold on. God, dog it.
All the Bibles that we have in America are the ones the white people allow us to have. They
Say
own
it
these,
again.
all these Bibles that we have in America are what we were allowed to have, right?
We were allowed to
Like
have.
these are white people printing presses.
Not necessarily. I
right?
wouldn't say that.
Do we have any Bibles from Africa, or are the Bibles that we all have from America?
Well,
white
God's
people who taught us?
chosen people aren't from Africa, and
Right.
we're not African.
You know, do you have an American Bible? I mean, because
Huh?
that Bible came from.
Well, no, okay. You can say it's American.
Mhm.
It's an American Bible because it's written in English, right? That's where we get this language from here in
Yeah.
America, right?
Right.
Okay, now when you go, you know that the original Bible was written in Hebrew
Right.
and Greek, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was translation of transliteration, right?
Mhm.
So you turn around and now you have it in the English. So it's, technically, you could say it is, but it's not an American Bible. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Just because it's in English now, but still the records were in Hebrew, the original records,
Right.
right? Everything was fine. Okay, so hold on one second. Let me pull this thing
Yeah.
back up. It ended up closing on me. Hold on. And I'm gonna show you that the Lord has absolutely nothing to do with Ethiopians, any other nation of people, only Israelites, right?
Yeah, I'm not positing that the Ethiopians wrote these books. I'm
Huh?
saying that they just had the oldest copies of them. I'm not saying they wrote these books,
Right.
right? I mean, the Book of Enoch was written before the Pentateuch, I think, right?
Well, the
And
book
some of these,
no,
the Book of Giants as well.
no, the book of Enoch is not. It's not the original Enoch either. And how do you know? Because it does not coincide with what's in the Bible, right? For instance, in the book of Enoch, let me see. They say that angels slept with women, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's not true.
That's kind of like the fifth chapter of Genesis, where the sons of
Sons
God slept with the daughters of men.
They did not say that angels slept with women. That did not happen. No angel in heaven slept with any woman down here.
I know they tried to in Sodom.
No, they did not try to at all.
They tried to
They
have
did. They
the
did
angel
not try
visitors in
to at
his
all.
house.
They did not try to at all.
Huh.
No angel has ever disobeyed the Lord. No angel in heaven has ever disobeyed the Lord.
Okay,
You know what I mean? So that's.
I'm listening.
Huh?
I'm listening.
So that story does not line up with the Bible, and I can show you that. Just give me 1 second. Let me get to the point of this.
About you talk about the Ethiopian Bible.
What the Ethiopian Bible is, yeah, and then I'm gonna show you how that story in Genesis does not match up with that book in the Enoch.
Okay.
The book of Enoch. Okay, I think this is part of where it says. So let me see. The reasons historians look to Africa, well, Ethiopia in particular, is because they have found that in the Bible, with its 66 books, there are certain references to a particular tribe from Africa that studied and kept proper documentation. If the Bible in its pages made these references, it leads us to believe that at some point in history, as documented in the Bible, Ethiopians, or at least tribes from Ethiopia, were known in biblical times to be people who kept documents, historical writings, and ensured its safekeeping. The reference can be seen in the Book of Solomon and even in the New Testament. Now, the reason they say in the Book of Solomon is because they claim, not Bathsheba, what is that woman's name? The one they say that he slept with and had baby.
Uriah's wife. Bathsheba.
No, not Uriah's wife.
Queen of Sheba?
Yeah, Queen Sheba.
Oh,
yeah.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's why they claim that right there. That's where they getting the ties at between Israel and these Ethiopians. Is because they claim Solomon had a baby with Queen Sheba when that's not even true. It's not in the Bible nowhere that they had sex or she had a baby by him or any of that. It's not in the Bible. People just make that up because she went to Solomon, she heard of his wisdom, and she went and was amazed by that. Not that, oh yeah, I want to get with you. You understand?
Queen of Sheba isn't the one that is written about in Song of Solomon, is it?
Say it again.
The Queen of Sheba. I don't know the recipient of the poetry in the
those songs
Song
that he
of
sang.
Solomon.
No,
Do you know?
those songs that he sang was with him and his wives. And she wasn't one of them. Now he was married to some heathens.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Lots
Solomon
of
did marry all the damn
600 wives?
he married all the
Yeah,
heathens.
yeah,
Yeah,
600.
thousands of them.
300 concubines. Something
But
like that.
but Queen Sheba was not. You know what I'm saying? And see, that's where they make their mistake at, claiming that Queen Sheba was his woman, when it says in the Bible that he was married to Africans.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Now you could have just said it was one of them. You know what I mean? But they don't. They're not smart enough. They try to think they can outsmart God, but they can't. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's not in the records that Solomon had any kind of relationship or child or any kind of love affair or whatever with Queen Sheba. So that's where they tie that at right there. That's why they mention that in here. And then it says, so if the Bible points to the Ethiopians being a tribe of people that are quite educated, the men or individuals with skill to keep track of historical occurrences, it would mean that those that we look to Africa for the possibility of a complete Bible are not exactly liars or conspiracy theorists. Rather, they are historians who have come to this conclusion after studying for quite some time. The idea of a complete Bible, as often discussed, means a book that contains every book ever written as part of a Jewish culture and the newly conformed Christianity at some point. This would mean that the book would be quite exceptional if it truly exists and would be quite huge, perhaps too big to even carry, right? So that right there, you can't add all of those books. You understand? The rest of those books, because that's what they did. You understand? Like I said, when you go through, and when King James, when he turned around and took, he did, to make a long story short, he had the top scholars in the land. They turned around, he put them in groups, right? He made like a captain or
Right.
a person over everybody in the group.
Right.
I forgot how many it was per group.
Yeah.
5, 6 people, something like that. And he turned around and once they broke down everything, every part that he gave them to turn around and translate, the captain would have to go over it, like the smartest one out of the group, would have to go over it, turn around and make sure it was perfect. Then they presented it to King James. He put a stamp on it and he put it out there. Right. He didn't turn around and rewrite anything. He didn't write nothing. He didn't do any of that. The Ethiopians did them. They did. They added extra books. Like what it says, people are in search of a complete book. That right there is a person who's lost. Right? That's trying to find a complete, but we
This
think
Ethiopian book is 1,000 years older.
Raise your hand or say Salaka, excuse me,
Sorry.
when you want to interject or if you have something to say. Right, so those Ethiopians right? And the people that are lost that believe in this Africa theory, right? They think that our roots are in Africa. They think the motherland is Africa. It's Africa, Africa, right? Kemetic this and Canaanite this and all this nonsense about Africa. Our people are not from Africa, right? The Lord has nothing to do with it. You see it in the Bible. The Lord said He's going to end up killing those Ethiopians for what Africans have done to us. Africans sold us into slavery. That the Lord didn't turn around and take them and preserve, records for us in order for us to keep, right? That thing is only for those Ethiopians, right? That's what that stuff is for them to claim that they have the book and they are the chosen people, because there's tribes in Africa claiming to be Israelites, and no African is an Israelite. You see what I'm saying? So when it comes to these books that they claim that they found, they're trash.
That's right.
They're trash because the Lord put together what He wanted us to have. When the things got lost and what was found, that was it. That's it right there. Everything that got found at that point, that's it. So now you have other writings such as the Book of Enoch. That book just came out recently. That's not nothing old, way on back that they found. That's not. And then again, like I said, it doesn't line up with the Bible. Go to Genesis 6 real quick. I'll just show you. But you had something?
The book of the Apocryphal books, the Apocryphal were taken out of the Bible
Right.
before King James made his translation.
No.
They aren't
That
in
year,
here.
look that year. I believe it was 18 when the when they
This is
took
the King
the
James Bible without the Apocrypha.
huh?
This is the King James
Yeah,
Bible.
that's the King James without the Apocrypha, right? Because they did take it out, and they took it out in 1860 something.
I don't
Look
think
at
these were-
Europe for me.
These weren't good people that took this out.
Say it again.
These weren't, I don't know if these were good people in the
You say
Roman
good
Catholic Church.
You told the ones that took it out?
In the Roman Catholic Church.
Oh yeah, no, they weren't.
Why would I trust
They
their
the devil.
judgment though?
They are the devil. The ones that
Right.
took it out.
Right.
Right. The devils took it out. Right. The Catholics took it out of the Bible. In the book, like I said, when you go to the original in 1611, that's when King James when they finished that book and they put it out in 1611.
Right.
That's when his version of the Bible. You know, it was some before. They was trying to translate it before King James, right?
Right.
The Geneva Bible. I think it's one or two that came out before his trashy, translations. When he came out with his, and he finished it in 1611. That was it right there. They found, what year did that Apocrypha get taken out?
1885.
1885.
The Apocrypha was taken on the Council of Nicaea in like 1500 years ago.
They took that out in 1885.
They took the Apocrypha out of the King James Bible in 1885.
1885 is when they took that out.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Martin Luther's 1534 Bible was the first to separate the Apocrypha.
That was the first to separate the Apocrypha for the King James.
Oh wow.
So that's a Luther.
Martin Luther's
Martin Luther.
1534.
Right.
That's crazy.
But King James put it in there. And that's the book that King James was an Israelite. And this is the book that the Lord wanted us to
King
get his
James.
word from.
When you say Israelite,
Huh?
he was from like the nation of Israel. Like
You said Israel? Say it again?
you said, King James was an Israelite.
Yeah, King James was Israelite.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a brother. Yeah, if you during his time, I believe they were called the Jacobites.
Oh.
You understand? Yeah, check
Who
that
else
out.
don't I know was black? That was black.
Huh?
Who else don't I know was an Israelite that really was an Israelite?
You said who else?
I didn't know King James was an Israelite.
Oh, you
I'm
didn't
sure
know?
there's like plenty of other people that I don't think about.
Yeah,
You have any highlights for me?
and the reason being is because they lied to us about everything.
Absolutely.
History. Yeah,
Absolutely.
you know, they want us to just believe we just slaves. That's it. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
All we are is descendants of slaves. That's where our history started and ended is slaves. That's all they want us to know. So of course, King David. Matter of fact, we had a flood in the school, so we got to put the pictures back up on the wall. But those are prophets and things in the Bible, right?
Those
we
look
got,
like,
we got some more lined up that go up there as well.
Those
So
are
we gotta
icons.
hang back up. You got a picture of King David. This is it's a book you can find.
These look like Russian Orthodox icon paintings.
Huh?
These look like Russian Orthodox icon paintings.
Yes, icon, Russian
Yeah, yeah.
icons. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, they come out of that book. All those are Negroes.
Mhm.
You understand? All of the prophets and the angels and everybody, when they confiscated our archaeology, they turn around and they are black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. That's who Israelites are today. You know what I'm saying? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. So, but of course, that's not our original. You know, we're from one of those 12 tribes right there on that wall. You understand? From the tribe of Ephraim, Judah. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Issachar. That's who we are right there. That's our biblical names. You know, so the names of our tribes right there. So, like I said, when you turn around and when you get that right there from Christianity. You know what I'm saying? You get the apostle, you get the white man.
I didn't
You get
understand.
the little fat white baby angels.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get Paul and Peter and James on the Jesus Walks movie and what's the other one? The other
Passion of the Christ.
Yeah, Passion of Christ. You get the white boy walking around carrying the cross, getting his back beat. You know what I'm saying? When they've lied to us about our history.
Right.
King James was a brother. He was an Israelite. Now he wasn't in the truth, but he was a brother. Just about everybody they lied to. I mean, hell, what's the name? Santa Claus. You know what I'm saying? The man that they know as Santa Claus was black. How they get the gift giving for Christmas?
Mm-hmm.
You understand? They got that from a brother. They used to turn around and take and make toys for kids less fortunate and orphans and things like that. And they took it and they got Santa Claus. They took that from the brother too.
Shame.
When he was doing a good deed for kids, and then now you turn around and got this big old lie, big old fat white man. You got to sit on his lap, take a picture, and he's gonna slide down the chimney and take a picture and milk in exchange for a toy. You see what I'm saying? So they lied to us about everything, man. You know what I mean? So yeah, King James is actually, matter of fact, we got him in here too somewhere. I had to find. It might be one of the older. It might be one of the other pictures that got wet from the flood. But yeah, King James was a brother. I mean, hey, shocked me too. You understand? Because I thought everybody was white.
Yeah.
I thought Christ was white.
Right.
You know what I'm
I was
saying?
raised like that too.
Huh?
I was raised like that too.
Yeah. Hey, Christianity.
Yeah.
You know, I thought everybody was white. The angels. I thought
Yeah.
God was white. I thought because that's what they told me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then, you know, what was so crazy is when I was in the world and how the Lord had you sleep. You know what I'm saying? And you just can't comprehend what's in this Bible to its totality. I turned around and read the Bible like 10 times before I even got here. And it all slipped my mind. It just went right over my head.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? The description of Christ and him being blacker than Wesley Snipes, that's in the Bible. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Christ looked like that picture back there.
Yeah.
He don't look like that one right
Right.
there. That's impossible. So we can just take for granted that the white man that lied to us about everything. So we can take all the old information, throw it in the trash, and then come and learn this new information.
That's right.
Now a lot of people try to tie the Ethiopians in with us just because they dark skinned like us. You know what I'm saying? They not our people. They are not our people. They helped sell us into slavery. The Lord said He's going to punish them for that. That's what that's talking about, for the things that they have done to His chosen people. Just think about it. The African president, the UN, right? The United Nations.
What about it?
Has he ever reached back and said, "Let me help my African brothers over there in America that's being murdered"?
Oh, like the spokesman who's
I forgot his
who's a
name.
Tigrayan spokesman, right? No, he's a pawn of the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one instigating.
Right,
all
but
those
I'm
fights.
saying, but have Africans ever reached out and tried to help her?
Absolutely. Last year, in
You
fact,
think so?
the year of return, Ghana reached out, and in fact,
And
they came to
said,
Kansas
come
City.
back, move back.
They
over there.
apologized. Yes, they did. Yeah, they apologized, and they offered people. Now, I've heard reviews of people who have gone in this program, and it said, you know, they're not waving banners for you, they're not having parades for you, but a hand was stretched out.
You know that wasn't sincere, right? You know why? You know why? No, I got you. I
have-
accept your answer. Because they did do that.
Yeah.
But you know that wasn't sincere, right? That was just to get us back. That was just to get us there so that we could do what? What do we do? What do blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians do in whatever society they in?
Tell me.
Huh?
Work.
You get America. You know what I'm saying? America is the greatest place to ever live and to be and was ever erected. Why? Because of the slaves. Who made this
It was
great?
great for some people.
No, that's what I'm saying. It ain't great for us, though, right? Right.
Yeah.
So if we was to move to Ethiopia, well, who would make that place great for?
No, stop eating. Why stop at Ethiopia?
It'd be the Ethiopians. If we was to move to Russia, who would make Russia great for? Would it be for us?
No.
No, it'd be for the Russians.
Right.
When we was in Egypt,
Right. Yeah.
living around those Africans. The Africans, matter of fact, then it was against the law. Pull me that scripture real quick, where it was unlawful to even sit with us and eat at the same table. When we turn around and, like say we at work, we taking a break,
Yeah.
it was unlawful for them to sit with us. They didn't want to sit with us because they know we not the same people. And it's in the Bible. It's in the Bible.
I
And
believe it.
everybody else on the planet knows that we are not one of them, right? And they treat us that way.
Yeah.
They treat us that way. They don't deal with us. They don't welcome us to their neighborhoods. They call the police on us to try to find out what are we doing there.
Mm-hmm.
I just watched the movie earlier with my rib. Something Gates. Something Gates is on Netflix with Whoopi Goldberg and Danny Glover. Older movie,
Okay.
right? And it was supposed to have been like, I think 72, round about when when the singing started, when the movie started. Danny Glover was a up and coming lawyer, right? He turned around and he did a case for a white man that killed two young black boys. He actually got him off on the case, so he blew up. He went up, right? So you find it starts off with them in this small little house, nice house, nice everything, but nice and small, you know what I'm saying? And then once he beats that case, he becomes big time now. He in the big league. So when he moves, they move to show them on the next scene, moving to their new home, right, out in the suburbs with the white people, mansion. He bought a mansion now, right? And Whoopi Goldberg, she got out of her car, and they was unloading the truck. And a neighbor came by and said, "Oh, hi, my name is whatever my name is, right?" And she said, "Oh, when the family gets here, let them know that I want to speak to them." You know what I'm saying? Like you are the slave, you the maid,
Right.
because you black.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah, this
She
is
told her, she said, "This is our house. This is the family right here." Oh, okay. Again, anyway, when the family comes here, I live across the street. Let them know they can come over and they can talk to me. I want to see them. We ain't gonna never be on their level.
No, America's
I don't
a
care
caste
how
system.
much you do, how great you are at your job or whatever it is. They'll give you some money, right?
Mhm.
They'll pay you because you gonna make them plenty. You understand? Those ball players, they getting what, $40 and $50 million contracts. So they making them way on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on now.
Right.
They money reaching the sky. So like I said, but we'll never turn around and ever be on one with Africans, with Americans, with the Ukrainians. There's a whole bunch of them here, ain't there?
Kind
Whole
of
bunch of them,
sir.
Ukrainians here. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, Salakia. But that
Yeah,
thing,
there's a lot of them here. Yeah,
that thing-
Missouri. One second. Missouri. I forgot, but they reached out to Ukraine and told them to come so they can help them. Yeah, because that's what they about. Go ahead, man.
kind of sir. The thing about going back to Ghana, we brought out a plenty of articles to where the people in Ghana, they only wanted us to come there because like the scripture said, we just all over the earth. We the best singers, entertainers, all that. We was gonna boost their economy. Now, if just say for instance we would have went back, do you think the African Ghanaians would let us reach heights over them, or they would put legislators and laws in effect to keep us not, you know what I'm saying, on their level? Do you honestly think they would let us get above them?
Probably not. Would they let us go higher than white people allow us to in this country, though?
No. They gonna follow the same platform as the oppressor here.
Right.
Why would they switch it up? Cause they think we dumb anyway. They a cotton, the cotton picker.
Yep.
That's what they call
Yeah,
us.
that's what they call us.
It's weird. It's a weird way to think about it, because the people that are alive now that had slavery in their ancestry are the survivors of that slavery. It's like the reverse, right? The people that are alive now are the ones that survived slavery. They'd be the strongest, right?
But the fact still stands is that
Yeah.
they passed it down, right?
Yeah.
Think about something. The Bible, what the white man did was he went in the records and he saw how the Egyptians treated us,
Yep.
right? And he followed that same thing. America has pyramids everywhere, right?
Right. All
They
over.
follow.
All over.
It's not just for some. Oh, they just fascinated with pyramids, right? What they've done is they went in the Bible and they read the records and they saw how the Egyptians mistreated the Israelites when we were there. They matter of fact, they didn't even want to live around us, right? The same thing that the white man does here. He has his neighborhood and we got ours. You know, right here is the dividing line between
Oh, I know.
our neighborhood and his neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And he done his best to keep us on this side of the line. You know, it's not very many of us that stay on this side. You know what I'm saying? All the way on down. We ain't on that side. You understand? And guess what? In the land of Goshen is where when Joseph, right? Joseph got sold to it was some Arabs at first, right? The Arabs turned around Judah and who else was that? Reuben and who else was that did that? They ended up selling their brother to two Arabs walking past, right? They traveled down to Egypt and sold Joseph to the Egyptians. Joseph grew up as an Egyptian, right? Turned around and one day it was a famine. His brothers, they heard about it was food in Egypt, so they went down to buy some. Joseph knew that was his brothers. He turned around and put some, like some lamps or something, or some candlesticks or something like that, some gold or something. He put something. I had to go back in the record. He put something in a bag. You understand? To where he'll know that okay, when he confront them and say, "You got something that belongs to me," to show you that I'm who I say I am. And then when they win their bag, they're like, "Where this come from? We ain't steal nothing." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so he like, "No, I'm y'all brother." So that's when they turned around and found out that this was their brother that they had sold. Because they told Jacob, they told Israel that they lion and ate him up. They put blood on his coat, and then turned around and gave it to their daddy. Said he's gone. Right. So when we turn around and when he had us move down there, he said, "Tell them that you are farmers, that you're sheep herders."
Right.
And they turned around and said, "Okay, well, you herders, y'all live over there." That's the hood. You understand?
Yeah.
Goshen was the hood, just like it is right here, right? You know, this west side.
Mm-hmm.
This is the hood. So the white man took that same thing, and when he said, "Oh, okay," he made them live in separate parts of each other. They didn't live amongst each other. So what do? Now you got the ghetto, you got the suburbs.
Mm-hmm.
They turned around and made us build their cities in Egypt. What did the white man make us do right here in America?
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. You understand? They was beating us in Egypt. They's beating us here in America.
Mm-hmm.
Now the white man, now he done went and just went way overboard. You understand? Doing a lot of atrocious things to our people. But just saying, he got it from out the Bible. You know, there's a scripture where it says that the heathen, they know and realize that if there be any error in this people, and I'm paraphrasing, if there be any error, meaning sin, he said that we can turn around and have our way with them. As long as we are trying to celebrate holidays, Christmas, and Thanksgiving, as long as we are Christian and Muslims and 5%ers, flat earthers, and what's another one? Apostolics and Pentecostals and non-denominationals, even any form of Christian, right? If you eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, catfish, shellfish, alligator, squid, you understand? Then the Lord is against us. If we break any of his laws, the Lord is not on our side. And the heathens know that. This is why they forced what they did on their religion, Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
The form of Christianity that we got now today, that's the white man's version, right?
Right.
This is why they force those abominations that we eat on us. Like for instance, the white man, you can go and look up the facts on the food. He claims that pork has more protein than beef, has more this than beef. We're not supposed to eat pork. You understand? But he gonna tell us, like you said, the other nations of people think we stupid. And you know something? They know we stupid because we follow them. We do anything. We'll get mistreated. We'll get who was that? Dylan Storm Roof down in North Carolina, South Carolina.
South that church.
He turned around and blew 9 members of that church away. And before the smoke cleared, they was at his arraignment talking about, you know what, we still love you, Dylan. You know what I'm saying? Now, come on, what kind of people exist like that other than the slave? We have to be the descendants of the slaves in the Bible. To turn around, nobody does that.
No.
To turn around and
No culture does that.
right, the young man, that did something to me when I read that part of that story, that article, where that young man, one of the survivors, he was, I think, 16, 17, and he said he sat there, played dead, and watched his grandmother get her brains blown out by Dennis Songbird. He sat there and played, instead of him trying to save his grandma while he was reloading the gun, could have tackled him. Could have went up, punched him, knocked him out, hit him with a chair. Could have done a lot of things to save your granny, yourself, and the rest of the people in the church. But see, they know that Christianity makes you soft.
Right.
We have been beat down to powder. Our knowledge is nowhere near what it should be, especially when it comes to the Bible, because we think everything is white.
Hey, y'all speak Hebrew?
Go ahead.
Y'all speak Hebrew? Y'all know Hebrew?
Yes, and here you learn the Hebrew.
Yeah, okay.
Now I'm not that fluent with it now. That's a different thing for me. You know what I'm saying? But we actually teach the Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? You can learn that here. We have classes.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. All of that.
Cool.
So yeah, but you know, the Ethiopian in that Bible and that version, that's their thing. They can have it. You know what I'm saying? Because it has absolutely nothing to do with us. They took and added more and did stuff to that book. So guess what? It don't match up with this. Matter of fact, I had a guy just call me trying to debate the other day, talking about Dr. Wesley, right? And he was a white man in the, I think the 40s, 50s, whatever he was, going around saying that the children of Israel was white, Christ was white, descendants of Abraham was white, all that nonsense, right?
Sure.
Everybody white.
Right, yeah.
and he said, I want to show you how your organization is rooted in white supremacy. I said, wow, show me. And he turned around and explained that, you know. And I said, dude, how do you think we have these white roots when we don't teach that? We don't teach nobody. I said, matter of fact, it's not even in the Bible. So what we can conclude, I said, when you go over here, you find out the Jews is black, Moses is black, Adam is black, Jacob is black, Matthew, Mark, John, Luke, black, James, black, Christ, black, everybody black. You know what I'm saying? I said, so you could conclude that Dr. Wesley lied, right? You can, no, y'all saying the same thing. I said, dude, you gotta be nuts. You know what I'm saying? Because we saying they black, he's saying they white. He's for white supremacy, we're for black supremacy. I said, we're not saying the same thing, you know? And then he said, do you guys deal with the Africans? I said, no, we do not. He said, why is that? I said, well, in the Bible, I said, they're our enemies too. You know, they sold us in slavery, sold us to the white man, you know, for molasses, gunpowder, stuff like that. You know, I said, so they are our enemies as well. You know, they are part of the reason why we're here and suffering the things that we've been suffering. And he said, well, you know, Dr. Wesley, they formed it, their church the same way to not deal with. I said, man, I don't know if you're listening, but I just gave you our reasons. It's in the Bible. You know, we're not following Dr. Wesley. You know, he made up whatever he made up. But what we're following is in the Bible, right? And what we're following is only for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Right.
And real quick, I can show you about that. What you got? What you holding for me? I know you got a couple things holding for me.
I got Acts 10 and 28. I got where the heathen was talking about and Judith.
Oh yeah, give me that one real quick. That's a good one.
Common concert. Judith chapter 5.
And that's
Verse-
the Apocrypha.
Verse 17. Let me start right there. And whilst they sinned not before their God, they prospered.
Now, if we turn around and do not sin against our God, we'll prosper. If all of us will come together and serve the Lord like what we're supposed to, not do drugs, not sell them, not be whores, not sleep with whores, not be gay and lesbian, not try to, marry white girls and African girls and Chinese girls, Filipino, if we keep the laws, that's what it's saying. It said we prosper. Instead of AIDS being way up here, unemployment being way up here, good health being way down here, you understand? Mm-hmm. We will prosper. We'll have it going on, right? If we would obey our God. Keep going.
Because the God that hateth iniquity was with them. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them.
Now, when we depart from that way, because in the Bible, we've gone off several different times. We turned around, and at one point, the Lord, like for instance, when we was in Egypt, we turned around, and we was crying in Egypt because they was mistreating us. The Lord delivered us from that. We barely even got to the kingdom. We was in the wilderness tripping. You understand? We went off in the wilderness. Instead of following Moses to the T, we started going off. So the Lord ended up opening up the land, swallowing a whole lot of us in the land because of our disobedience. Mm-hmm. Right? And the Lord said, look, I'll kill all of them and start over with you. You know what I'm saying? I'll just start the tribe of Moses. Okay? But the Lord turned around and had mercy on us, just killed so many, and the rest of us ended up going into the, the children of those that died ended up making it into the kingdom. So when we depart from that way, like I said, we've done it several different times. We was on track, we was on point for so many years, obeying the Lord, keeping the laws, and we turned around and fell off when that person, I think that's in, not Kings, what is that, in Chronicles? It's in one of those where we ended up doing that, disobeying the Lord. Come on with it.
They were destroyed in many battles, very sore, and were led captives into a land that was not theirs. And the temple of their God was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by the enemies.
Okay, so that's happening right now today. It didn't happen then so many different times.
Yeah.
And it happened today.
It's like a perpetual prophecy. Like a perpetual prophecy.
Yeah, absolutely. Why? Because we perpetually keep breaking God's laws. But the Lord did promise and said that he was going to send Christ, and we was going to follow, we was going to learn to follow him, and from there we was going to get it together. And you seeing that take place right now in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Commander General Yohana. You understand? The Lord left Commander General Yohana in charge. He is teaching and leading and guiding our brothers and sisters properly and teaching us exactly how to obey the Lord so that everything would be right with us, that we can prosper. And we're doing just that right now, right? And man, we all over the place, I remember listening to the story, the documentary of Commander Juliana, and how the men that he was following left. The men taught him the truth, and then they all left. It was just him by himself. He turned around and he said if he didn't, because he was like, what to do now? You know, everybody left. You know, you would normal reaction was, hey, I'm gonna leave too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he had turned around and said, if I don't teach this to my people, they die. And I was like, God damn, the man actually loved black people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I said that. And I was like, that's the man to follow right there. You know what I mean? So I turned around and I got in there, and trust me, there's no white supremacy in these four walls nowhere. You know what I'm saying? There's no disobedience, sin, we don't allow it. You know what I'm saying? And he actually is teaching us the right way, teaching us correctly, changing brothers and sisters' lives, getting them out of a life of crime. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a life of whoredom and molestation and, you know, just all kinds of things, man. Even mental health issues and things like that, man. I mean, I'm seeing miracles take place, you know, in our school. And I don't want to talk about that too much, you know what I'm saying? But just saying, you know, this is where the truth is at, right there. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, you ain't gonna find it in Africa, in the Ethiopian Bible. You ain't gonna find it there. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is not with the Ethiopians. He's not with the so-called white man. He's not with the Arabs and the East Indians, the Japanese, the Chinese. He's only with Israel, Israel only. Like the scripture he just read said that while we sin not, the Lord, the God that hated iniquity was with us. He was with us, and we prospered, right? Mm-hmm. There is something that you can do to say, you know how this person say, you're on my bad side, or you're on my good side.
Right.
It's something that you can do, because I know in the church they say, what they say? It's nothing you can do to take the love of God from you. I heard them say that sometimes. That's a lie.
Yeah,
You know what
right.
I'm saying? You can take that love and turn it into hate.
They just don't know the scripture. In Revelation, it says he can blot your name out of the book of life. Right?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. They just don't know the scripture. People say you can't lose your salvation. You just don't read your Bible.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Right.
you can. Yeah,
Black
it's
and
something. Yeah.
Like, and people say like that's not means the same thing. But if you're a follower, your name is in the book, and your name can't get blotted out unless it's in the book already. Right? Clear cut example.
Absolutely. So you turn around and you must keep all of God's laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
That's it. If you are black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, then the Most High wants you. You know how they do with Uncle Sam? Uncle Sam wants you. Christ wants you.
Yeah.
If you are black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, it's for you. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So, but the Africans not. Then on the book of Enoch, like I said, I can show you that. Go to Genesis real quick, Genesis 6, to where it does not line up. In the book of Enoch, it turned around and it says that that the women slept with the men. Matter of fact, I think I got the E version of the book of Enoch. Let me see where it says that. Hold on, let me see if I can find it real quick.
Enoch is referenced in the Bible like a dozen times.
No, that's what they say, but that's not true. You know that the name. Now there was an Enoch in the Bible.
Oh yeah, Enoch walked with God.
Yeah, absolutely, but that's not the same Enoch that book is written after. You know what I'm saying? That's not true because, like I said, it doesn't line up, and I'm gonna show you. Go ahead, read that.
Genesis chapter 6, verse 1. And it came. Genesis, come to concert. Genesis chapter 6, verse 1. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose.
Stop right there. The daughters of men, the men that this is talking about right here,
Right.
this is talking about the other nations of people, right? When the white man had a daughter. We thought Britney Spears was so beautiful, right? When the African man had a daughter, we thought the Woman King was so beautiful, right? When we the Chinese man had, little Bruce Lee had Mei Ling. We thought Mei Ling was just so fine, right? This is the sons of God in this context, because the son of God can either be men or it can be angels. In this context, this is talking about men. This is talking about Adam's descendants.
Right.
Adam's descendants saw the daughters of men, right? We saw a Arab girl walk past her and say, "Ooh, she's so fine, gotta have her." We saw a Korean chick, chop chop, and we just gotta have her, right?
Mm-hmm.
We turned around and saw an African woman walk past, "Ooh, bulu bulu mama," and we just had to have her, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what that's talking about right there. The sons of God are Adam's descendants. We are the sons of God, right? Men, not the angels. Okay, and I'm gonna prove it in 1 second. So they took them and made them wives out of all that they chose. They was marrying all the heathens. Now think about something. That's a problem that brothers still have today. Is dating outside of our race. We're gonna pick a white girl in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
We're gonna pick a Filipino child, a cousin. Boy, he loves them Filipino women.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? I know a brother that's married to a Filipino chick, and when he got her, he paid for it. Went to like wife or bride or whatever the hell it is, and he bought her for like 10 grand. And he said, boy, it was the best investment he ever made in his life. He said he got breakfast, lunch, and dinner made. She wake up like 3, 4 in the morning, washing and ironing his clothes and getting his lunch and stuff ready, breakfast. And when he wake up, his clothes is standing up, waiting for him to just stick his legs in them. She ironed them and have them all crispy, and got his boots set out and his socks, and all he had to do is stick his feet in them, right?
Wow.
She put a garden in the backyard. He ain't got to buy no vegetables.
That's essential.
He ain't never cooked since she been there.
Wow.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
He ain't never cleaned up since she been there. This man think he is in heaven with this woman, right? But he just don't know what he did was he sinned against God.
That's right.
You understand? Because you're not supposed to marry outside of our race. And brothers really believe that they just gonna find comfort in dealing with the other nations of people, they women, because they haven't been destroyed like our sisters are. She's cleaning up and cooking this and that, but the black woman, I just got off work. You better make your own food. You see what I'm saying? Now it's not right that the sisters are doing that, but they are destroyed, and they're my sisters, and it's up to us to fix it. You understand? Don't take and try to run on the other side and get
Right.
no woman. Fix the one that you got. You understand?
Yeah.
That's what we supposed to be doing, is fixing our women so that they can cook and clean and do all of the wonderful things that the other nations of people that can do by them not being destroyed. You understand? That's why she's doing what she's doing, and has no problem waking up at 3 in the morning to cook this man lunch for his day, 8 to 12-hour day at work. You know what I mean? She has no problem doing it. She has no problem gardening. She's not being oppressed by anybody. But our people are. Yeah, and brothers think that that's the way out, is to marry the other nations of people, women. They was doing it. They do it today. They was doing it then. Same line of family that was marrying the other nations of people, women. Keep reading.
And the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man.
Okay, so the Lord said, I ain't finna be going back and forth and arguing with no man. You understand? Keep going.
For that he also is flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years.
So we flesh. You understand? To the Lord. The Lord can, if he say, put somebody to death, he sent an angel to do it. Right? So we are flesh to him. You understand? And this flesh is absolutely nothing to the Lord. So keep reading.
There were giants in the earth in those days.
Giants in the earth in those days. What people think giant is, get the Zondervan. Get the Zondervan.
It's right there.
Yeah, he about to grab it. And we're gonna show you. Give me the pictorial. We're gonna show you what the word giant means.
It's Nephilim, right? It's Nephilim.
Mm-hmm. But in the scripture it don't say Nephilim though.
It's depends on the
It
translation.
just says giant, right? And I'm gonna show you
What does it say in the Hebrew?
what a giant is. Yeah, I mean Nephilim, giant sinking. But I was just making that a note to say that it don't even say Nephilim in there. So it was giants in the read that again.
There were giants in the earth in those days. And also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men, which were
The same became what?
mighty men.
Now, this is where they get their mistranslation and ultimately their lies from. They don't understand what this means right here. Start off from the top. I'm gonna give you the definition right here. This is in the Zondervan Pictorial Bible Dictionary, page 311. The words giant, it says mighty man. Its usual meaning. That's what it usually means. You understand? Because every word has more than one meaning.
Absolutely.
But in the Bible, when it's being referred to in its context, it's talking about a mighty man, right? Now read it again.
There were giants in the earth in those days.
The giants, right? The Nephilim that they claim was
Right.
40 feet tall, right? This is what they think this is. This is just a powerful man. That's what it's talking about. But just keep in mind that the people that think that these are gigantic, tall people, right? Just keep it there for 1 second.
Sure.
So the giants, right? It was giants in the earth in those days. So what they think is like, oh my God, at one point, it was people this damn tall, 50 feet tall. That's what they thinking, right? But this was talking about powerful, mighty men. So just think, it's tall, gigantic people, right? Okay, go ahead.
And also after that, when the sons of God came into the daughters of men.
Stop. So this is where they say that the giants, the angels, had sex with the women, when it came in unto the daughters of men, right? So what they're saying is just men like me, you know what I'm saying, my brother here, turn around and we have a child, have a daughter, she gets so old, get grown, the angels turn around and want to have sex with her. That's what they say that this means, but that's not what it means. Keep going.
And they bare children to them. The same became mighty men, which were of old.
So how can a giant that's an angel have a baby with a woman and the baby become a man? Wouldn't the baby be a giant?
I don't think it was specifically saying the Nephilim. It said the Nephilim were around, or the giants, but it didn't. It said that doesn't insinuate that the two are the same thing. There's the Nephilim or the giants, the sons of God, and the daughters of men. But it's not saying that the sons of God were like giants, right?
You said who?
It's not saying the sons of God were giants. It's saying
Sons
the
of
Nephilim
gods were giants?
It doesn't say that, right? From what I heard.
Okay.
I don't think it's saying that the
Okay,
sons
I
of
got
God were
you.
giants.
I got you. But hear my point real quick.
Yeah.
For a giant, for an angel to have a baby, right? Wouldn't the baby come out of angel? Just think if it was possible to say mix and crossbreed like that.
Yeah.
If it was possible, right? We ain't never seen nothing like that. Have No.
There's stuff in Revelation, man.
Huh?
There's some weird stuff in Revelation.
No. In here we get away from spooky.
I like that.
You understand?
Cool.
We ain't with spooky at all. That stuff never took place.
No,
right?
no, of course not.
It never happened. No, first off, the Bible doesn't even say that an angel even has what it takes to sleep with a woman. Right?
Right.
And then just think of the size and the stamina, you understand, of an angel. Of a 50-foot person. You try to stick a 50-foot person's penis inside of a little old woman. Like, come on, man. You understand? That's spooky. Those are lies. That stuff never even happened. Right? It's impossible for a giant to have a child with a woman and then the child become a mighty man. That's because it was men in the first place.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those giants were what the definition says, mighty men. The Nephilim, it's in here as well. You understand? It means the same thing. mean a powerful or mighty man. That's what Nephilim mean. It don't mean giant, like gigantic and tall.
Right.
It just means that this cat is in charge. He's in power, right? So he's a giant. Like when they say their favorite athlete, LeBron James is a what? Kobe was a what? Beast, right?
Yeah.
But that don't mean he was actually a beast, an animal. It just means that he was ferocious on the basketball court.
Yeah.
You understand? That's all that means. So we say things like the way we talk symbolically and metaphorically, right? It's all in the Bible,
Right.
right? The Bible is filled with symbolics and metaphors. Okay. Same with the word giant. Was used to describe a mighty man. This nigga's a giant. You know, somebody's large and in charge. That don't mean that they 500 pounds, dude. 900. No, I mean they got it going on. This dude got some money. He got some paper. He's sitting in a position of power. You understand? He's large, right? That's what that is. And that right there, that breaks it all down and show you it killed that whole theory of and then first think about this. If it was the angels that was in heaven that turned around and disobeyed the Lord, right? Why did God say my spirit will not always strive with man? What did the man do other than have daughters?
You tell me.
It's nothing. He didn't do nothing. He just had daughters.
No.
The men didn't do anything. The men just had the daughters. But the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man. Go ahead.
In Numbers 13, 32 and 33, the 12 spies said that they had seen fearsome giants in Canaan.
Hold
And
on.
quote,
Let me get where you at.
Yeah, Numbers
Numbers
13, 32 and 33.
Numbers 18,
13.
13?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on. Numbers 13.
Mm-hmm.
What verse?
32 and 33.
30? Okay, 1 second. So you read it. Go ahead and get to it, Bond, and read it.
You said 13.
Yes, sir.
Numbers 13 and 30 through 33. So what's your point about this?
It's still talking about the Nephilim again, right?
Uh-huh.
And it says we were in
Okay,
our
do you
own
see
sight
Nephilim in there somewhere?
as grasshoppers.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about how small they were. Is
Uh-huh.
there more to it?
I got you. So you want just 33 or 30?
Oh, it's 32 and 33.
32, 33? Go ahead, read
and
that.
And there we saw.
I got you. Read
Numbers
32,
chapter
30.
13, verse 32. And they brought up an evil report of the land, which they had searched unto the children of Israel, saying, the land through which we have gone to search it is a land that eateth up the inhabitants thereof, and all the people that we saw in it are men of great stature.
Men of great stature. Again, the word giant in the Zondervan Pictorial Bible Dictionary means mighty man.
Did a
That's
white
what
man
that's
make
talking. Huh?
that? Did a white man make the Zondervan Picture Dictionary?
The scholars, yes, they did. You said, did they make this?
Did a white man make that?
The white man, yeah.
Yeah. How do I know? he's
The
not
white
lying?
man went and researched, huh?
How do I know they're not lying?
Oh, okay. You know how they not lying is because the things that they say that they teach in Christianity versus some of this stuff that's in this book, right? It contradicts each other. You get what I'm saying? Like in the Bible, in Christianity, they claim it's like that a giant means 50 feet tall, means an angel in heaven, right? That's what they saying about Genesis 6, that the angels came out of heaven and flew down here and saw all this booty rocking everywhere, and they had to have some, right? And so they slept with the women. That's what they say in Christianity. The white man, who we get that from? The white man, right?
Yeah.
The scholars that went and actually did some research to simply find out the truth, right? They went to go discredit the Bible. That's why they did it. Because they wanted to prove the Bible wrong. But actually in their research, they proved it right. You understand? They proved it right. Because a giant, again, when you read that scripture,
Yeah.
it does not say gigantically tall.
No.
It
you're
says there were giants in those days.
right.
Right? And it says that the Lord will not always strive with man. It says that. It didn't say angel. Because the angels are the ones that they claim in the Christian church. It's the ones that slept with the women, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so, but when you go in here, in the giants, in the definition says a mighty man. We know it's not the angel, right?
Right.
Just off the scripture. Just off the
Yeah.
scripture by itself.
right.
So how could it not be right? How could it not be right? If it's actually lining up with the Bible.
I don't think that the English translation by a white guy is maybe the correct. I don't know who the Nephilim were, so I would look at like Hebrew sources that also mention that. I would look at other books of the Bible and say, who are the Nephilim? Because some white guy, some old English white guy, decided that he didn't know it, so he used the word giants. But that doesn't mean it's the correct word. It means that's the closest approximation to English that he could find. I don't know how y'all feel about like the Talmud or other like old Kabbalah, Jewish or Hebrew texts. I'm studying that right now, but I don't know who the Nephilim are. I mean, I didn't mean to like start talking about this topic, but
You good.
I don't know if I trust the English translation
You don't know if you
for
trust.
a Hebrew word or Greek word, because I know that they tried to deceive us time and time again, right?
Mhm.
That's all I'm saying.
I got you.
Hey, fellas, I gotta go.
Okay.
So you gotta go.
Hold on one second. I got the Nephilim definition of the Nephilim right here. It's a term rendered as giants, so it means the same thing.
By who though?
Huh?
I'm saying who decided that? You're reading it from the book. I agree. That's what that person
Oh.
decided.
Okay,
Right.
it goes to the scripture, right? It references Numbers 13 and 23. I mean, I'm sorry, 32 and 33, right? And it says they were identified with the sons of Anak, right?
Who?
So
Oh, yeah,
it's
in
in
UK, yeah.
it's in there. It's in 33, right?
Right.
These were men. These were men right here. And it says here, though no direct trace of a people of such abnormal stature have been discovered. There's no such thing as a 50-foot giant. That's spookism. Somebody that's a giant, that's tall, and to us, tall is 6 feet. You know what I'm saying? 6'5". You know what I'm saying? Not too many people would have been 7 feet tall or something
Right,
like
right.
that. You know what I'm saying? But turn around, giants to us is that tall.
Right.
Not way up in there, 50 feet. You know what I'm
It
saying?
was really good talking.
You about get out?
Yeah, I gotta get out.
All right, brother. Shalom, man.
Hey,
Hit me up, call me. You got my number?
Yeah, I called you.
Yeah.
I'll
yeah.
hit you up.
Reach out
Thanks
to
for
me,
your
brother.
time. Sure,
Good to see you, man. Glad you came out with it.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, let's finish that up real quick. I hate that the brother had to leave because I was going to give him the rest of this right here. Where it says, there is ample evidence as to the underlying tradition. One should reject the view that they were angelic fallen beings. You understand? They was not angels. The giants were not angels at all. You understand? They was just mighty men. Men with some power. Men with some authority. Men with some control. You understand? That's all. Had it going on. Okay? Finish that in not Numbers, Genesis. Go back to that since we there. And then we're gonna read a couple of scriptures. On the topic. We ain't we ain't get to the topic. Go ahead, read where you left off at. What was the third verse?
Verse 4.
Come on.
There were giants in the earth in those days. And also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, that they bare children to them, the same became mighty men which were of old, men of renown.
Men of renown. Say it over and over and over again.
Men of renown.
It says it over and over and over and over and over again. It said they became mighty men, men of renown.
That's right.
There's no way for your father to be an angel and you become a man just because your mama is a woman. It don't work that way. That's not how it works. You understand? The Nephilim, the giants, were mighty men. That's it. Okay? Read a little more. Read a little more of that.
Verse 5. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every
Slow that down. Read that again, brother.
And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth.
The wickedness of the angels, right?
The wickedness of man.
The church said that the angels is the ones that slept with the women. Why is men being punished for something that the angels did?
Right.
That don't make sense. It's because that is not true. It's a lie. No angel, number one, no angel disobeyed the Lord. Not even Satan. Satan obeys God. You don't. You understand? Satan obeys the Lord. He loves God. You don't love God. Sitting in a Christian church telling these lies over and over and over again. Got our people so confused and can't get over something this small right here.
Man.
Something this ain't no angel ever. Why would they stop? Like, why would they stop sleeping with women if they had it? Like, I mean, come on. You understand? And the book of Enoch claims that they gonna do it again. The book of Enoch claims they gonna do it again. Now, come on with it.
And Salakia, to be so damn smart and research and delve off into this religion and this religion and this religion, and then get stuck on a 40-foot tall man having sex with 5'3" woman.
All right.
You stuck there. You believe you so smart. You research so much, but you stuck right there. Like, you can't get over something that's impossible that can happen.
Right.
Come on,
I mean,
man.
how big is a 50-foot damn giant's rock?
Oh my God.
Come on, man. Come on. You 50-foot damn tall. Like, come on. And you finna insert that in a woman? How you gonna kill her? You gonna die trying to squeeze that thing in that little hole. Like, come on, man. She's going to die. When niggas be talking about what they done killed the vagina. Oh, the Nephilim killed.
Right.
So like, y'all, the Nephilim they killed the vajayjay. Okay, ain't no more vajayjay when the Nephilim get to it.
And so like
he take his 50-foot rod, he got it, turn around, and he kills the vajayjay. Come on with it.
Salakia, sir. Even if it's nowhere in the Bible, but even if an angel has sex with a human woman, where does it explain that if they have sex, it's gonna come out 40 feet tall? Man. The child, where is that? Where does it say that?
I don't know.
So where did it come from?
But why did they stop? Why did they stop growing?
Right.
Why did they stop? Because I'm sure they kept the children of them kept having babies.
Right.
They had women and had children.
Kind.
So we should still be seeing some 50-foot tall Nephilim around here somewhere.
Kind.
You understand? That's because it's not in the Bible, man.
Right.
It's not in the Bible. It's in the book of Enoch.
Yeah.
It's in the book of Enoch.
Yeah, that's where it's at.
That's where it's at. But it ain't in the Bible. And that book of Enoch is garbage. It's trash.
That's right.
You know, just like the Ethiopian Bible, it's garbage. It's trash. You understand? The Lord gave us what He wanted us to read right here. We got it. Okay? Is there any more on that right there?
Sir.
Well, with that, we're going to end the class. Shalom, Israel.